low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Rich Mancuso, live on my YouTube channel. This is Keep It in the Ring. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also to String Punk Entertainment and TD Sports Talk with my esteemed colleague, producer, and co-host Tommy D. We'll bring him in a moment. This is Keep It in the Ring, my friends. Welcome if you're here for the first time live for this Thursday edition of January 8, 2026. Yes, for the final time, I'll say it to everyone. Happy New Year. And I hope your holiday season was nice, healthy, blessed. And now we're back to business. And that's what we're going to do here with Keep It in the Ring in the new year. Every week or whatever, it's either me together with Tommy D or just me. But I want you to like the channel, comment, especially tonight as we go along in the next hour or a little more, and subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate that. Boxing content, the pro wrestling, all that in the next hour as we begin 2026 and Keep It in the Ring. So Happy New Year again. And with this coming hour, the Fury is here again. Yeah, we'll talk about Tyson Fury's comeback. Or was he ever retired? We'll get into that. So we'll have the latest on that and the status of the heavyweight division as we begin the new year. The rundown of some of the major fights come this month in January, including that big one coming up at the end of the month, Madison Square Garden, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, much anticipated. And, of course, we have a title defense in Brooklyn at Barclays Center on Saturday night on payperview.com. That's where you'll see it if you're not there live. Subriel Matias defending his title. We'll talk about that. We'll have more. The WWE stuff in the new year going along. Where is Chris Jericho? Let's find that out and get to the bottom of that. And also the nostalgia, as we always do, the fact of the week, and much more. This is Keep It in the Ring. Happy to have you with us. Come along for the ride, as I say. And let's begin this. Well, boxing has turned the calendar as we have in the new year. Another year of boxing. Of course, you're going to have your major fights. There's plenty of money. I tell you that every week on the program if you follow us every week. And the major fights will happen again. Maybe not of the magnitude that we had in 2025, as we reviewed 2 weeks ago at the end of our year program here on Keep It in the Ring. But I'm going to put it this way. Some of the top fighters that are out there will be in action. You still got the Saudis, and you have the Turkey with the money out there in Riyadh season, though the rumors keep afloating that he's losing money and possibly lessen his role. I doubt we'll see that. But you're going to continue to see the fights. You're going to see the controversy, hear the controversy. Dana White with his new league and Zuffa, they're going to get started middle of this month. I think it's next week, in fact. One champion they're going to have in each division with their ring title belt and so forth. Going to get a lot of that, and you're going to get a lot of punches thrown. Again, as I said last year, boxing is healthy for us. We, as boxing people, understand that. The purists understand that. Those not into boxing and those who went away from it because they're disenchanted and those who want to come back in are still disenchanted, don't believe in this great sport. I have skepticisms many times. Many do. Because of the controversy and the reigning and who's the champion here, and too many promoters maybe getting in the mix, but promoters working together create the fights. And to that, again, we attribute that success to the Turk guy in Saudi Arabia, Ali Sheikh, who does that. Eddie Hearn continues to be the top promoter in the sport, and he will be again with Matchroom Boxing and the worldwide leader in telecasting and streaming boxing, DAZN. Continue to see that with a record number of shows. We need to see more fights coming out of the United States instead of overseas. That, obviously, my friends, is because of revenue. money is made overseas rather than here because you have the various athletic commissions and state jurisdictions that govern the sport locally in their areas, and that takes money immediately off the gate from the promoters. New York is a prime example at Madison Square Garden. So there has to be revision in some respects, but in the end, as always, boxing is healthy. It's healthy because we love it. Without you, the fans, there are no fights. Without you, the fans, the fighters don't perform. Yeah, we're going to see some dull fights. You never know. The unexpected in boxing. That's always been a history of this sport. The unexpected. The upsets, the disappointments. Guys retire and guys unretire and come back. And the reason they do that is because the money is there. Case in point is what we're going to talk about right now. We're talking about the return of Tyson Fury, the former heavyweight champion. How many times on this program have I said a fighter retires and is coming back? How many times did I say in the last year when Tyson Fury said he was retiring, that wasn't the end? Well, darn it, I was right again, wasn't I? Many of you have been right also. Tyson Fury's back. He officially made the announcement on his Instagram account during the week, and he said this: nothing better doing the punches, getting paid for it. Ha! That's what he said, getting paid for it. And again, Tyson Fury, who's a part of Riyadh season as well, and with Eddie Hearn at Matchroom and so forth, Tyson Fury is in for some big fights. Yeah, his skills might have diminished. Yeah, he may not get the heavyweight champion Usyk right away, but there are fights out there for him. The question is, why would Tyson Fury say, I'm retired, and then come back? Obvious again, as I just stated. All the money's on the table. Obviously, Tyson Fury misses the roar of the crowd. He can draw 70,000, 80,000 at Wembley Stadium in the UK. And if indeed Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury get it together, as rumored at some point this year, they will draw 80,000 plus at Wembley in the UK. And when you're talking about that, you're talking about money. But there is competition in the heavyweight division, and now that Tyson Fury is back, who is a character, who's interesting, who makes boxing exciting, especially in a heavyweight division where what has always been the face of the sport over the years and still is, Tyson Fury brings that interest. So let's talk about some more about this. Let me bring in my esteemed colleague, producer, co-host, and let's go over this. The complexion of the heavyweight division, the return of Tyson Fury, and much more. Tommy D, TD Sports Talk. Welcome, my friend. Happy New Year. How are you? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. First, unmute yourself. I don't hear you.
Rookie mistake. I've been dropping the ball over.
What? You've been dropping the ball the first one of the new year. Tommy, shame on you.
And earlier today, I had a bad day at the press conference. I went live and the sound wasn't working. I mean, it's been bad. I was in the front row. I haven't been in the front row in a press conference and I don't know when. And everything was hooked up. I was right there, and the sound didn't work. And basically, today is the last day we can say Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, that's
Don't
it.
wish me Happy New Year.
No.
January 30th.
Oh, I stopped saying that the day after New Year's.
Please,
And I
please.
made it that point. I just did it tonight because it's our first time back on the air. By the way, the boxing calendar we have right now, current, scrolled at the bottom of your screen. Look at that. My social media handles as well. And that's Ring786 on X and Facebook.com, Rich Mancuso. And like the Keep It in the Ring page, as well as Tommy D, who'll plug all his interests in a moment. Well, Tommy, it's good to have you back. Great to have you again as my co-host going into the new year here. And what do you make of it? What do you make of? Did you gonna analyze what I just said a little bit? And you had mentioned to me moments ago off the air that I got that one right. Well, you know what? Terrence Crawford also announced his retirement late in the last year, and I don't doubt that Terrence Crawford will do the same eventually. If not this year, maybe next. There's too much money to be made. What do you think of Tyson Fury's comeback? And what do you think about the state of the heavyweight division now that he's back in the picture again?
You were right. I was wrong. I didn't think Fury would come back. I think he lost twice to Usyk. He looked bad against Ngannou. I mean, the fights in Saudi Arabia, he just looked like a regular person. And that says a lot because there was a lot of controversy in those Deontay Wilder fights. So now fighting with the Turk guy, and you know, we see a different Tyson Fury, a guy that's vulnerable, much more vulnerable, like when he early on in the year when he was getting dropped by different opponents as well. So I don't know. I mean, listen, there is a lot of money out there, especially in the heavyweight division, and if and I think like this with all fighters, if you can make money, go ahead and do it. I really think he would come back.
That's right, but put up that image that we have because it's interesting to see as we analyze Tyson Fury here with the Turk guy. I believe we have this talk maybe that Fury Usyk, who's the reigning heavyweight champ, not undisputed by the way, doesn't have the IBF belt with him. Maybe that one, the Turk guy involved, obviously, or Fabio Wardley or Joseph Parker. Or maybe Deontay Wilder is talking about fighting Usyk next. I find this interesting only because, forget about the fact that we knew he was coming back. I find it interesting because Tyson Fury has made an awful lot of money. We know that. His skills may not be the way they were, but he can still throw a mean punch. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's got a year off now. He's coming back. What interests you the most next in Tyson Fury's comeback? Who would you like to see him fight?
Honestly, I don't know anybody. It's got to be a top guy and see if he's there. Maybe a Wardley, maybe maybe Moses. I honestly don't think that Usyk is going to fight any of the younger guys coming up. So that's why he's calling out a guy like Deontay Wilder, who I don't think Deontay's fully focused on boxing right now. I like guys like Ajit Caballel, who's also going to fight this weekend. I like him a lot, and I think he may be the kryptonite to somebody like Usyk because he can go to the body, and Usyk is proven to be hurt to the body. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big Tyson Fury guy, so. We'll see. We'll see who he goes out and fights.
It's interesting with Usyk because he's been talking about maybe this is his last year, one more fight, and he's going to hang it up. But then again, Usyk says he's retiring, he's coming back. Yeah. That's my attitude now. Because every time a fighter says I'm done, they're right back in the picture.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much more boxing. Well, the fans tolerate that, but I think fans have the same sentiment that I do, Tommy, that fighters retire and are going to come back eventually. It seems to happen all the time.
Yeah, if the money's right, come back. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, we've seen it over the years, people doing that. Now you got all these exhibitions happening now. Floyd's doing exhibitions. He's making money off of,
Well, Floyd needs the money. There's reports that he's bankrupt.
I don't
going bankrupt. I don't believe it either.
I don't believe that.
But I don't think he has the money he once had. He throws it all over town, except in my pocket and yours. Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of it is the money. We know that. Yeah. And let's face it, Fury's a draw. And they will pay him. That being the Turk guy, obviously, or Eddie Hearn or whoever. They're going to pay him. And he went for it.
903 Boxing list 3 names here: Caballel, Itama, and Wardley. All 3 dangerous heavyweights right now.
Yeah.
All 3 are dangerous. I don't really think highly of Wardley, but Wardley is a dog. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that fight against Parker, I thought he was losing most of the fight. He came back and stopped him. So Wardley is dangerous. I just don't think highly of him. Maybe he proves me wrong, but another thing, he also says Fury versus Bacoli. That's a good fight too. I like Bacoli. That's a good fight.
Yeah, that Bacoli. Nobody talks about him, and yet he's ranked in that division. And he's strong too. Yeah. And he would give Fury, that wouldn't be a great comeback match for Tyson Fury because that's power there facing him.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna look. He's gonna look either for one of the champions somehow, or he's going to take a cupcake. I mean, that's how I see it. I don't see him fighting, any of those 3 killers that 903 mentioned earlier. Bacoli's interesting. I think he might feel like he could beat Bacoli, but I think Bacoli could beat Fury. So
903 had some good points there, and we on to all the comment. What other comments we got coming up as we move along here?
pretty much everybody's coming in saying what's up. Your guy BVO says what's up to you, Uncle Rich. He calls you Uncle Rich. BVO's a special individual.
Yeah.
Who else is in here? Pop a lot. He talks a lot. My guy Pop a lot. He says salute. My man Opulent LD also saying salute and just saying hello. And then of course 903. He says Warley's not highly skilled but extremely tough and got that one punch. Yeah, absolutely. I do definitely agree with him. Definitely agree with that. So he's definitely dangerous.
Now the question is, when will Tyson Fury return? There is no talk about a date or venue, but I got to imagine that he made this announcement last week. It could happen probably late spring, early summer. He's not going to wait too long to jump back in there. The big thing again is Tyson Fury, and the Fury Fire is back. And how good is that fire going to be coming from the big man out of the UK? Well, Tom,
they're going to try. He wanted to get him and Anthony Joshua, but we don't know what Anthony Joshua's going to do.
Yeah, that's another thing. And again, condolences to his two confidants, the friends that tragically. That was a tragic story during the holiday break, and what I'm hearing, and you might know more about it because Eddie Hearn was at that press conference today in Brooklyn, talked about it a bit. Joshua is okay, and he's wasn't seriously injured, but it could have been worse because he reportedly was going to be in that front seat and changed his mind and went into the back.
Yeah.
But emotionally, that's draining to him, and our condolences, as we've already said on social media, to Anthony Joshua. That definitely was tragic. But he'll be back, and I'm sure we're going to see Joshua and Fury at some point.
We'll see, yeah, because the rumor was that Joshua was going to retire, but Eddie Hearn did say today that Joshua is not going to retire. People asked him at the press conference today.
Yeah, I saw. I wasn't there today. You were, and I saw some highlight videos on the press conference today. We're going to get into that card in a moment, but the heavyweight division, once again, the talk of boxing as we begin the new year. That's because Tyson Fury has returned. But the first card of the new year happened over the weekend. MVP Promotions in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Good turnout. Amanda Serrano, once again, defended the unified featherweight title. She's 48-4-1, 31 knockouts. Incredible how she's propelled female boxing and how her career has been propelled. A lot of it due to Jake Paul. Reina Tellez was the substitute opponent. Erica Cruz failed pre-fight drug testing, and Tellez failed to make weight as well. So either opponent had their issues here. Serrano was cut with the right eye, was swollen, 98-92, 97-93, twice how the scorecards went. Tom, what'd you make of Amanda Serrano's latest title defense?
I thought she looked okay. I didn't think she looked great. I think, listen, I like Amanda Serrano. I love Amanda Serrano. I think she's done great for the sport of boxing, period, especially Puerto Rican boxing, men and female. But I think she's on the decline. I think we saw a little bit of that in the third fight of Katie Taylor. I was there in person. I was at the press conference. She didn't, in my opinion, she didn't look her best then. She didn't even fight her best then. She went to boxing, not fighting what she, her usual style. She fought to Katie Taylor style. And then now, she came back, she wanted to fight in Puerto Rico. Remember a couple years ago, the fight got canceled because she had something with her eye, and that kind of like broke her heart. But she's not the same. She got hit a lot this fight, and her eye got bruised up a little bit. And listen, there's a lot of good young talent there in her division. I don't want to see her get in the ring again. Honestly, I think this should be it for her. This is just my honest opinion. I think she got her fight in Puerto Rico. She's back at the weight she wanted to fight in. She got the win, and I think she should retire off of this, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's been talk about her hanging up the gloves, and you analyzed that well. I watched her, and that wasn't the same Amanda Serrano that fought Katie Taylor 3 times.
No, it's not. It's the 2 times. I mean, that third fight was not the same Amanda Serrano.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No.
So.
Yeah. So,
but,
yeah.
I think she just go and promote. I mean, she's good at promoting. She has some fighters underneath her stable. She's got her gym there in Puerto Rico, and I think she's done what she could in the sport. she's going to go down as one of the greatest women boxers in the history of in boxing. And there's no shame in just leaving right now. But if she gets in the ring with a Alicia Baumgartner or a Caroline Dubois, it might not look good for her. And
those are viable opponents for her, and there would be big money fights for her as well.
Yeah.
And she should walk away and go in the Boxing Hall of Fame, where she's eventually going to be. And on the co-main event, there, Stephanie Hahn and the Hall of Famer Holly Holm, WBA lightweight title, and she outlanded Helm wide. She wide in the punch category. 144, the 7th round. Holm had a clash. They had a clash of heads, and then the fight was stopped. Yeah, and she goes to undefeated 12-0, 3 knockouts. I really didn't pay attention to that. I wanted to see Amanda Serrano, but classy fighter she is as well. And so, Tom, the month begins of January, and it's going to be a busy first month of the new year for sport, for boxing. There's a lot more to come. Let's take a look at it briefly. Let's take a look, including Saturday. We'll analyze this more. Surreal Matias and Dalton Smith. We'll get into that in a moment. But just take a look at Mertello and Cruz. Andy Cruz is 8-0.
That's a good fight.
IBF lightweight title. And,
I don't think much
Cruz is a
Mertello.
30... He's 32 years of age. Started that pro career late. A lot of controversy though at 8-0 that he's got a title fight. That's a talk about this.
Olympian. He's a 2-time Olympian, and listen, there were guys before him that were Olympians that came out and fought. Leon Spinks fought Muhammad Ali after I think 6 fights.
Mm-hmm.
He got a title shot. And he was an Olympian as well. So I have no problem with this. He came into the professional ranks fighting 10 rounders, I believe. He didn't do 4-round debuts. He came in, did I think 8 or 10 rounds. So I have no problem with this with Andy Cruz. Muratalla has been a pro for about 7-8 years, and he's finally getting a world title shot. What has he done in his career that he shouldn't have? He should have got a title shot 2 years ago at the very least. So
look, I love Andy Cruz. I love his style and how he's propelled himself even with 8 pro fights. But we know someone who's 8-0. We're going to talk about it in a moment. Our friend Keith Colon, the featherweight, who's 8-0, 8 pro fights. Yet he's not ranked yet, and he doesn't have a title shot. That's the confusion that I have. That's my beat on that, Tom.
Yeah, but like I said, Andy Cruz, 2-time Olympian. I think he won the gold medal twice, if I'm not mistaken. If not, he definitely won it once. He beat Keyshawn in the last Olympics. So I have no problem with it. He's been an amateur for a minute. Cuban fighters, it's difficult for them to come out and turn pro as well also. So Keith Colon, he made nationals. He lost in the finals to Bello. I forget his first name. I think it's Justin Bello. And Keith Colon, he decided to turn pro. He's got a decorated amateur career. He's going to college full time, and he's doing things not kind of similar to Andy Cruz. It's just that he's much younger, and he's working his way up in the ranks. 8-0.
I'd like to hear what the fans think of that. Give your opinion on that. Does Andy Cruz deserve a title shot at 8-0? That's what I want to know. Do we have a comment up on that yet? Is someone
not yet? But 903 says he's picking Cruz, but he likes Muratalla. He's just become too trigger happy, and yes. He has. He's been a little bit too aggressive, and I thought he lost the fight with oh my God, I can't get the guy's name. I know 903. You help me with this, but the fight he had, the guy that Kid Austin just knocked out. I thought he lost that fight. I thought Muratalla lost.
Oh, yeah, got to look it up because I got a brain freeze on that as well.
The guy whose eyes go like this. Farmer, yeah.
Our first ones of the new year, Tom. Yeah. So you're forgiven. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I just know
January 31st, the end of the month is what everyone's got their eyes on because you're going to have Xander Zayas in San Juan, Puerto Rico against Bakaru for his WBO junior welterweight title, right? 154 junior middleweight title.
Yeah.
First title defense, and we're going to look at that one on the same night. Of course, we'll be in the Garden for Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. Ring 6. that is going to be the fight I think most fans will have their attention on. But when you look at that January calendar, it's pretty darn good, including what we'll see. Do you have the undercard of the Teofimo Shakur card? I think they set that up.
Yeah, I got it here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Right here. So you got Adamas is on that card. Which
Yeah.
is fighting,
Middleweight champ.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be a good one there. That's a great undercard
It is.
before Teofimo and Shakur.
Yeah.
Run that down, Tom. Your vision's better than mine.
So you got, Keyshawn Davis fighting Jermaine Ortiz. That's a good fight. Jermaine Ortiz is no slouch. He's a good fighter. Keyshawn coming off the big layoff. He hasn't fought in almost a year since winning his first world title. Then you got Shushu Carrington, our guy from here in New York, from Brooklyn. He's Bruce Carrington taking on Carlos Castro, Mexican guy, tough guy. I believe he fought Fulton. Some people thought he beat Fulton, but Shushu Carrington going for his first world title. I'm excited for that. I think Shushu's going to stop this guy and make a statement. This is going to be this is to me the best fight in the card for me because the New York bias with Shushu, and I think Shushu's going to go in there and stop this guy badly.
We're in New York. That's going to be a great night of boxing. I think fans are going to be tuning in more on that one than, no disrespect to our friend Zayas, but that card is stacked in New York at the Garnet. I believe it's 3 weeks from this coming Saturday.
Yeah, Adamas is taking on Austin Williams. That's a decent fight.
Yeah,
I don't think much of Austin Williams. And what's funny is that Austin Williams almost fought our guy here from the Bronx, but they turned it down. They gave him like a 4-day notice, and they didn't take the fight. I think if he would have took, I think my boy Maelo would have beat him, but whatever. That's just hearsay. And then Jamel Miller's on the card as well. And then the main event is Teofimo.
Yeah. And we'll have a lot of time still to analyze this super fight in New York, the mega fight, the anticipated Teofimo defending his title, Shakur coming up just for this one for the moment. And you and I have different opinions on this one, but
I don't think you're going to like my opinion on Shakur Teal. The closer we get to it, the bigger the odds are for Shakur. At first, I was trying to make it 60-40.
Yeah, Teofimo is not a slight underdog. He's an underdog.
He's an underdog, but I'm making him a big underdog. The closer we get to the fight,
he's busy. He's busy training. We text each other holiday greetings in the last past couple of weeks. He's very busy, training hard. If you look on social media, you'll see he's in great shape. He's conditioning and so forth. This is the most intense fight of his career. And we know he's had some intense fights. And again, we'll analyze it more as we go along. We move more along. There's a lot. Tom, I think we're in for a good year again in boxing. There's finally they're talking. They're getting it together. Virgil Ortiz Jr. and Boots Ennis at 154. The talk purses together. We don't know when or where as of yet, but they're getting close. And David Benavidez, the monster, and he's going to have a monster year ahead, this guy. Champion, light heavyweight. Zurdo Ramirez is at cruiserweight first, and then possibly go back to 175, Dimitri Bivol or Arturo Benavidez. So, Benavidez is going to have an interesting year. His next fight supposedly is going to be early May against Zurdo Ramirez, cruiserweight title, and become a 3-division champ.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Zurdo has to get past his guy first. I think he has a fight in February, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, I assume he should win that fight. You never know. It is boxing. But I'm very intrigued to see Benavidez move up and fight this guy. I think he's going to outbox and just total put a beating on Zurdo. Because Zurdo, that's what Zurdo does best. He takes beatings, right? He's there for you for you to hit him. So, but I'll be interested to see if Benavidez does fight Bivol and Benavidez. That's going to be very interesting.
I made Ben Benitez, as you know, and everyone knows, my fighter of the year of 2025. Could he be the same in 2026? Let's see. He's going to have an interesting year. Tom, it's reportedly set at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, February 21st. Ryan Garcia, who needs to get a title instead of social media boxing this one, that one, play fighting, whatever. He had an interesting week on social media. Yeah, but he looks good. He looks ready. But to start establishing himself, he needs a title. He's going to try and get Mario Barrios' WBC 147 title. February 21st, reportedly T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not a fan of this guy at all. I just think he's a joke, and it's just crazy how he gets an opportunity for another world title. I don't think he deserves. And Barrios has been lucky the last couple of fights. He 2 draws, back-to-back draws in fights that some people thought he lost,
Including finding the Hall of Famer, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, Ryan better not lose. Let's put it this way. If Ryan loses this fight, I think everybody should fade him, period, and stop talking about this guy.
Yeah. In fact, Bill Henney went after him again on social media yesterday.
As he should.
Yeah. About the alleged, the PED usage that got him suspended the year before. And no talk that Garcia Henney will rematch at any time.
I think if Ryan does win and becomes champion, I think they will set up a rematch.
Maybe that's why Bill Henney's talking, because he wants to get redemption and get it right. As Henney became a champion late last year at 147. Now we turn the page and let's go to Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul again. And again, our best wishes to Anthony Joshua. But that loss sustained by Jake Paul, it dropped him from the WBA cruiserweight ratings. He was ranked 14th. Now he's 17th, according to BoxingScene.com. It's I think the question is, why was Jake Paul even rated as a cruiserweight? He can't fight heavyweights. He's not going to be in a heavyweight division. But
I got a theory. I could be wrong. Let me know, chat, if I'm wrong about this. Maybe there are only 17 cruiserweights in the entire world. And he's ranked 17. Maybe that's just it. Because I don't see how he could be ranked even in the top 15 of those 17 guys for him to get dropped to 17.
Well, he can never look. Jake? We don't know what Jake Paul's next move is going to be, because he got beat up bad, the broken jaw and all that. But I can't see Jake Paul fighting an Opatai and winning that fight at cruiserweight. One of the champions in that division. That division doesn't get the acclaim and recognition it deserves. And you got some good fighters in that division. You just mentioned that, Tom.
Yeah, I'm just being sarcastic. I'm sure there's other fighters, 17 guys. He's ranked 17, so how bad is number 18? That's what I want to know. But this guy's in there, Badu Jack, who, Zerto is there, I don't know. The cruiserweight division is usually a division nobody really watches unless the top guys, and because
it was watchable. When Evander Holyfield went there, became a champ. That back then, but it's got some interesting names and some good fighters. Me with Jake Paul as a cruiserweight, I still don't know how to determine that. And again, I don't know where he's going, but we do know the WBA dropped him in their rankings from 14 to 17. So the step to go up further in that division remains to be seen what he does. Tom, let's turn our attention to Saturday. Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. Ticket sales have been very low. Media attention has been minimal. Pay-per-view.com will have it. Fresh Productions out of Puerto Rico, they're promoting it. This Subriel Mateus defends his WBC junior welterweight title against Dalton Smith out of the UK. Third time he's fighting in U.S. soil. Mateus in the division has Teofimo Lopez as a champ, Richardson Hitchinson, Gary Anthony Russell, rep the WBA. 23-2, 22 knockouts, two-time title holder. Mateus, 33 years old, out of Puerto Rico, the first defense after gaining the title from Alberto Polulo. And Smith, of course, has some great boxing skills. Out of the UK, 28 years of age, under Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. His toughest test, though, coming up undefeated, 18-0, 13 knockouts. He's won his last 3 fights. Now, Tom, you were at the press conference today, before we get a little bit more into the undercard as well. And you spoke to Mateus, and you had something else with Dalton Smith, and then we'll get into this. Why don't we play that? What are we going to see first? I wasn't able to make it today.
I had a nice, cool conversation with Dalton Smith. As some people may know, I do collect sporting cards, baseball, football, soccer, and
Except with me, you don't trade.
no, well, it's because I keep the valuable ones.
Yeah.
So the box tops put out a series of boxing cards for the first time in years last year, at the end of last year. So I've been collecting them. So I got a nice Dalton Smith numbered card out of 5, meaning there's only 5 of those particular Dalton Smith cards in the world. I had one of them. It was 5 of 5.
I'm sorry I missed that today. I
Yeah.
would have loved to see that, but you have that on video.
I have it. Well, I don't have it anymore. The reason I don't have it is I brought it with me, and I also brought like 3 other regular Dalton.
All right, so you have the video of you and Dalton Smith
Yeah.
with the cards. Let's
So let
play
me
it.
let me show you the video, and I'll explain more.
Good.
Well, that's not it. Hold on a second. This is it.
For something in his demeanor or
If you don't, then we'll do it back. We got 3 chances. I got 2 more. Because I collect the cards, right? I didn't get. Did you get autographs sometimes? I gotta try to get one. It's so hard. When I got the 5 and 5, that's the only one. That's the only one coming up. But I'll pass it. Oh, take it.
and now we saw that there was some tension in the
I'm gonna win.
there was some tension
You may bring it home. This is cool.
Yes, yes.
So I'm seeing from Sheffield. So basically, I almost not keep.
I see, Tom. Let me stop you real quick. I find that that's something I've never been able to do.
What?
And when I collect, I am a collector, and I have tons of memorabilia I want to sell off, and I'm going to get to that this year. But I never did that before, and I find that fascinating how you were approaching a guy from the UK that you didn't know, who's the main event of a fight on Saturday night in Brooklyn, trying to get a major title. And we'll talk about that too. But how'd you pull that off?
So in my mind, I mean, to be on a baseball card or to be on a card, I think that's just kind of fascinating within itself. So for me to have this numbered card, a special card of him, which is hard to get, right? It says there's only 5 in the world, right? And to show him, he was to be amazed, to just be a part of that. And now he has his own card, which is it's worth a good penny too, because the number cards are worth more, especially if they're autographed. So what I did was I said, listen, I'll let you have this card out, but if you could sign these 3 regular Dalton Smith cards for me on the card. So that's what he did. He was autographing the cards. So now I got 3 valuable Dalton Smith cards. Now, obviously, the price value goes up if he becomes a world champion, has a great career and stuff. But I just thought it was cool, for him, and he's going to remember that. Like, look at this baseball card. It's the same thing like when wrestlers see them, they get an action.
Yeah.
Like they're just, it's amazing. They're fascinated with it. So he was fascinated. We had a good discussion. He's from Sheffield. Prince Naseem Ahmed is from Sheffield. So is Kell Brooks. So we was talking a little bit. We talked a little soccer. So it was a nice, friendly exchange.
Hey, I'm sorry I missed that.
Listen, we took a picture, right? And I said, let me see if I get the picture. This is me. And I took my Puerto Rican hat off. I said, I'm going to take the hat off. There's no bias. And he started laughing. So we took a picture.
These are the advantages is when you become a fight, reporter or journalist. You try. I try not to do it, but sometimes you do it.
Yeah.
But Tom is, basically a rookie and non-rookie in this business. He's going to learn as he goes along the way. You can't do that in a Major League Baseball ballpark.
No, I know.
But you could do it with boxing. But hey, great for you, Tom. I'm glad you were there today. Let's talk about your conversation briefly with Mateus today at the Barclays Center. You have a clip of that. You asked him a couple of very interesting questions, and then we'll analyze some more. Roll it,
I had
Tom.
more to say, but I just kind of jumbled my words a little bit, so I kept it nice and short. But I was shocked that they came to me and they had a separate time for me and Mateus. I didn't expect that, and when they did, I was just like, I wasn't prepared. So
Well,
I kind of
consider yourself very fortunate. you are an established member of the boxing media, so why
Yeah.
not?
But I had an
All right,
update today.
and that's why I got you. You're taking over. Go ahead, Tom. Roll it. You and Cibro Matias.
Good, everybody. This is Tommy D from Ring Talk Worldwide and Sports Byline and TD Sports Talk. We're here with Subro Matias. Subro Matias, first things first, how you doing? How's everything? And how was training camp?
Primero que nada, Suriel, ¿cómo te sientes y cómo fue el campo de entrenamiento?
Bien, bien, gracias a Dios. Contento con él mismo.
It was good, thanks to the Lord God, and it was from Him, beginning the training camp.
You had a couple obstacles where there was some things, there's some adverse findings and stuff. What's your situation on that, and how do you feel about where some of you was clean one week and then tested positive the second week?
Tuviste unos obstáculos al principio, ¿verdad? Que una semana estuviste limpio y la otra no. ¿Cuál fue tu opinión sobre todas estas cosas?
Realmente los resultados están en Baba, ¿sabes? Ellos son los únicos que pueden esclarecer todo.
Really, the result isn't bad. The only people that can clarify everything, and that's what happened.
Okay. And this is your second fight in Brooklyn. The first fight, you had a large, fan base for Puerto Ricans. I know it's Berlanga, but I feel like a lot of people were there to see you. Now here you're headlining the event. How does it feel to be here in New York City, where there's a big population of Puerto Rican fans?
Es tu segunda pelea aquí en este estado. La primera fue, ¿verdad? La estelar fue Berlanga, pero ahora estás de estelar y sabemos que la última pelea fue mucha gente a verte, pero ahora eres tú la estelar y sabemos que hay una población grande de puertorriqueños. ¿Cómo te sientes acerca de eso?
Contento con Dios y con todo aquel que se decida a apoyar al orgullo de Maternillo y a la cartera.
I'm happy with God and with all the people that is coming to the fight Saturday. So I hope to see you all Puerto Rico in that fight.
Okay. And finally, man, what do you see in Dalton Smith as a fighter? Do you see anything? Do you see anything? Weaknesses, strengths? What is your prediction in the result this weekend?
Que uno más día es mi predicción, ¿sabes? Sería lo perfecto.
He said that he's a great fighter, but he's betting a no Mastias.
Okay. Well, thank you, Matias, for your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was interesting. And then, it's Puerto Rico there. Mateus is from in the UK. They're going to tangle. Eddie Hearn was there. What would you take on, briefly, Tom, on how that press conference went today? And more importantly, why was this fight put in New York and not in Puerto Rico, where Mateus would draw more? And were there more fans from Puerto Rico there, obviously? Or did Smith have any contingent of fans following him into the Barclays Center?
Well, a few things on that. So Eddie Hearn was throwing a little bit of shots, and this is why I dropped the ball. I was going to question about, because I talked about the adverse findings and the drug testings that happened a couple months ago in November. What I wanted to say was, do you feel like they tried to sabotage the event? Because what happened is that Fresh Promotions, Juan Arango, they won the purse bid. A purse bid that Matchroom had an opportunity to win, but they didn't bid high enough. So because they were going to have this fight in Sheffield in the UK, but they didn't win a purse bid. I'm shocked that they did it in New York as well, because I feel like they would have done much better in Puerto Rico. There's a bunch of Puerto Rican fighters.
Yeah,
he's a new guy. He's a new player in town. Coming to Brooklyn, it's a big arena. And the ticket sales is not doing so well.
No, not at all. I heard not even 5,000 have been sold.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, something like that. And the pay-per-view is pretty pricey. This is his first main event, which is pretty cool. This is the first time Shabrio's a main event.
And it's an important fight for Dalton Smith. This is his toughest test yet.
Yeah.
And to get a world title. And Mateus is, he had a good year last year. And, he's a champion in the division. And, look, I've seen Dalton Smith fight in the UK mostly, on the zone. And, look, I'm taking nothing away from him. He's talented and, he's quick. He's got some power as well. But Mateus, when he's on his game, he can knock a guy out quick. So I'm really surprised that they took this fight to New York. Maybe it's better in a neutral field like this. Not in the UK. It's not in Puerto Rico. It's in New York, which has always been a mecca along with Las Vegas. But
I think the UK fans are going to be represented equally. I think you might have more UK fans than people may think, because the fight's not selling. Eddie Hearn says he thinks it's going to be about 700 guys from the UK there for Dalton Smith.
Do they expect, and fight fans usually walk up to an event anyway. Do they expect a good walk up? Did you hear anything like that?
They didn't say anything
Walking
like that. They
crowd?
just Eddie Hearn thinks that they're going to be more UK fans than Puerto Rican fans.
Okay. I don't believe that. This is New York City.
Yeah. But the fight hasn't been selling, so we're going to have to see. I do know one thing. Our guy Keith Colon is on the card, and
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
So-
Let's talk about Keith, the junior featherweight, welterweight. But first of all, what's your prediction, Smith or Mateus?
This is a tough fight. I think Dalton Smith, I think he's better than Liam Paro. And I think he boxes better than Liam Paro. I think he sets better traps, and I think he has some pop. The only thing with with Dalton Smith, is that we just don't know based off the competition he has fought in the UK. He's fighting a different guy now.
Third time in U.S. soil, yeah.
I am rooting for Matias heavy because I like Matias. Dalton Smith, wonderful guy too. We had a good conversation. I am picking Dalton Smith for the upset. Unanimous decision is my pick.
Okay. Let's see if that transpires Saturday night on payperview.com at the Barclays Center. I'll have a column up on the fight tomorrow at latinosports.com where you'll read a lot of my content as well. Now let's talk about the junior welterweight prospect before we get to Keith Colon. Hendry Cedeno, undefeated, 16-0, 12 knockouts. He's on the undercard with Alfredo Santiago, 17-2, 8 knockouts for the... for the bantamweight title. He's a former bantamweight title holder. And now, 5 other bouts are on the card, I believe, right? Is it 5 others?
Yeah. It's about 6 fights altogether.
And this guy will be one of them. Our friend Keith Colon, the featherweight, who had a great year last year. Newark, New Jersey. 8-0. Go for another knockout, his 9th. 5 fights last year, all by TKO. You saw Keith today. How's he feeling? What did he say briefly, Tom?
He just looks focused. He's very calm. I told him, so we had an opportunity to ask questions at the press conference, and I was going to ask him a question because he was on the podium on the panel, I guess, and he had a microphone, and I was going to talk to him, but I said I was going to do it. He said thank you. He was just there, focused, calm. He did speak after the fight, and he did some interviews afterwards, and we linked up. But he looks great. His father is very confident. By the way, his father spoke about this. He thinks that Matias is going to stop Dalton Smith. So I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, no, Keith Colon, he looks great, man. 8-0, 8 knockouts. He's about to finish school at Rutgers University this year, and sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah, well, look, he fought 5 times last year, and you don't hear that much from fighters today. There you are with Keith
This
Colon.
man Keith today, yeah.
There's another photo of Tommy D and Keith Colon.
And that's my guy. Look, that's me last year. Look at the.
There he is.
This is early.
Tom, you know what? You always look great when you're taking a photo. When you have an opportunity to have a photo op with a fighter, you look terrific.
Yeah. No,
There you go.
that. They make me look good. This is some of the photos of the press conference.
Yeah. Was that press conference well attended? I'm sorry I missed it today. I couldn't do it.
It wasn't that many people. The media was decent, but like I said, Dalton Smith, they had much more people chanting than the Puerto Rican guys there. So they came with a nice little crew.
The weigh-in is tomorrow, and again, when's the first fight? Saturday night before payperview.com starts it. No, that's me. You don't.
Yeah, I've been going through the phone. I pressed that by mistake. But yeah, that's I believe 6 o'clock. I have to double check that.
And the payperview.com streaming telecast on pay-per-view, ppv.com, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. We've hit, we got to get through that first segment. We got to get to our sponsors. And that's Tommy D. I'm Rich Mancuso. The calendar of boxing scrolled at the bottom of your screen. Also, fans of my social media, X, Ring786, Facebook.com, Rich Mancuso. Also on Instagram. And you can read my content at latinosports.com among the outlets I write for. Before we do that, Tommy D, the first fact of the new year. You ready?
Oh, I did good last year. I did good. Let's do it. I did good.
All right, let's see if you get this one. It's just me and Tommy D this week. We're going solo, but in the months ahead of the program, we will have our usual contingent of guests pop in and out. Whether it's wrestling, boxing, or whatever, we'll have them here with us. Here you go, Tom. First fact of the new year. Here we go. You still didn't get it. We got to get a theme. We have to get a theme song or some
I got to
tune.
figure something out.
We'll get.
They're making fun of me in the chat because I usually wear a hat, and I decided.
Yeah, I was going to say that. No hat this week.
No hat. I don't know. So they say I look like MC Search from Third.
I
Base.
should wear the hat with no hair on my head. Okay, heavyweight is the fact. The heavyweights. Floyd Patterson won 55 fights, the late Hall of Famer. He twice held the heavyweight title. All right? Best remembered, though, for what during that reign?
Floyd Patterson twice.
Yeah, he won 55 fights, twice holding the heavyweight title, but he's best remembered for what during those 55 fights? You're not getting this one. You're not going to get that. This is a fact, not trivia.
Never get knocked out?
No. You're close.
Well, he did get knocked down. It can't be that one. I know he got knocked down a few times.
Really?
Is that it?
He got knocked down, but it didn't. But no, you're close. Yeah, man, got knocked
I said he
down.
never got knocked out.
No,
Like,
because I'll tell you. Here it is. The fact here is he did not hit the canvas less than 13 times in his heavyweight championship fights.
What do you mean less than 13 times? So
Like, he had 55 fights, right? And among his championship fights as a champion, defending or whatever, he did not hit the canvas less than 13 times.
less than 30. Oh, okay. Wow.
You weren't going to get that.
No, that was too.
Well, that's why I did that. First one of the new year. I didn't want you to get it.
Damn, man, that's messed up. They
Sorry.
say I look like Vinny Pazienza. That's crazy. This is brutal. Look at it. You laugh at it too. That's good.
But you know what? We got to take a timeout. We'll be back. It's Keep It in the Ring. I'm Rich Mancuso. That's Tommy D. Like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, TD Sports Talk, where Tom is Stream Punk Entertainment. Back in a moment, folks. Stay with us. I'm Rich. This is Tom. Keep It in the Ring.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I'm Rich. This is Tom. Keep It in the Ring. Welcome back. First show of the new year. Tom, we're going to have a new opening soon.
Yeah,
Because I think me, you, and everyone else are tired of that opening, and we keep saying that, but we're going to
I
have
kind of
it.
like it, but I mean,
I don't like it. I'm tired of it. I want new. I'm tired of it.
We'll figure something out.
And by the way, I had a very bad day today. I'm not going to go into it again. I never have good days. All the people think I live a great life, but yeah, I'm breathing. I'm well. But you know, there's always something that confronts me, and I had another one today. And I'm going to get into it. But that's right. I'm on the air with you, so I smile. But we'll talk. You know, I gotta tell you this. Even though it was, you know, we're gonna do sports with Rich and Tom eventually on a consistent basis. But you know, your Seahawks, they're very well could win that, go to the Super Bowl and win it. They're impressive.
You know what's funny? I just put a clip up, and you reminded me. I forgot Steve Serby was going to come on this week. I forgot to follow up with him. But
Yeah, Steve
I
Serby,
played the
our
clip.
buddy, who was named Sports Writer of the Year by a major writing organization. I posted that on my social media
Really?
today. Yeah. So you have that with Steve, too. Congratulate him.
But Steve, yeah, I just posted a clip because I asked him for Super Bowl predictions, and he couldn't really say it because the post article didn't come out.
They put it out today.
Yeah,
They put it out
he
today.
put it- no, in the preseason. This is before the regular season.
Oh,
started.
okay.
He wasn't.
All
So
right.
then he said, but I will tell you this: it won't be the Jets, it won't be the Giants, it won't be the Dolphins, it won't be the Cowboys. And Thomas, I'm sorry to let you know, it won't be the Seahawks as well.
Well,
This
they
is what
might.
he said. And then I said, yeah, I know. So we're
Yeah,
both surprised. We're both
You know, they remind me. The Seahawks remind me of.
Who?
And I'm going to bring boxing as a comparison. You know, they don't go down. They don't go down to the canvas. They are very good.
Yeah.
I like them. I like them a lot. Better than my Arizona Cardinals. Boy, my go.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, this week I don't have to worry about anything. They got the bye, so we'll see what happens next week.
All right, we have no UFC content this week. We're going to do more of that in the new year. I do have some UFC stuff to talk about, MMA, but we'll do that in the weeks to come, especially with Dana White, Paramount Plus, starting a new venture next week. Another streaming service you have to subscribe to. But let's get to the pro wrestling talk. Let's take a look immediately at Chris Jericho. Let's talk about, is Chris Jericho on his way to the WWE? According to Tony Khan today, AEW, he's still with them, but there's nothing bad to say about Jericho. But we all know he's not going back there, and it's just a matter of when Jericho comes back to the WWE and retires. Royal Rumble, January 31st. That's the point now. They all thought he was going to be on Monday Night Raw last night. He has a new look, too. He doesn't have the locks. He's got shorter hair, if you see that on social media. So let's talk about that. And then, the year ahead, pro wrestling. Put that image up. Some of the things you might be able to see here. Tom, we got Jericho maybe returning WWE. Who else we got on that frame?
Well, Jericho is definitely. I think he definitely signed the Legends contract.
Yeah, we don't know. He's signed and it's unofficial, but we don't know when he's coming in.
Yeah.
What else? Who else is on that
Jey
panel?
Uso's heel turn supposedly.
Yeah, Jey Uso will turn on his brother Jay. They won the tag team championships back on their ways. I think it's the 7th time they've done that. Who else we got in that frame?
Roman versus Cody.
Yeah, it could be WrestleMania in April in Vegas. That could be again in that. And
Balor push, which would be good. I like Finn Balor.
Well, Finn Balor is going to go back to the evil Balor. He's going to be, the devil, Finn Balor. He's going to go back to the Phenom. Yeah, and so they're going to break up Judgment Day. That's obvious because you could see that Liv Morgan is going to get into it with Raquel or Roxanne Perez. Dirty Dom's on the shelf. He's injured. So that's something. What's the last frame on? What else we got there? At
collaboration between Raw and I don't know what that is. Who's that?
Yeah.
And
they're PLEs on ESPN, and they had a super year last year. That'll continue. But look at Monday Night Raw. We saw a great match, and the reason why CM Punk defeated Von Breakker is obvious. They're going to extend this. They're going to keep going with it. It might even go into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But that was a great match, and it wasn't Breakker's time to win the title yet either.
No, it was. I think Breakker still needs some work. I mean, there were a couple of bosses in that match that Breakker did. But Punk was great. I think Punk at his age is still performing well.
He is. He was. To me, that was CM Punk, a young CM Punk on Monday night. But Breakker eventually will get that title. I think he might win the Royal Rumble and then go into WrestleMania, and Punk still has the title and challenge for that. That's what they might do. Title coming for Breakker for sure. As Logan Paul signed on to be a full-timer with the Oracle, Paul Heyman, and their faction. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky got a vengeance against the Kabuki Warriors. They are tag team champions again. What do we got? A comment up there now? What just came up?
He's Mr. Schultz is making fun of me again. He's calling, I don't even want to repeat it, but he's making fun of me. But he did say CM Punk looks 60 years old. So he did say that.
No, he doesn't. You know what? He looks like Aaron Rodgers, doesn't he?
He does kind of look a little bit like that.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
And then Becky Lynch, she got the title back. Stephanie Vacar is injured, but Becky Lynch wins the title again is because she's going to get AJ Lee, and that'll be the title match probably for WrestleMania. That's probably what they're going to do, or for the Royal Rumble. That's why they did that. And next week on Monday Night Raw, you're going to have AJ Styles and Gunther. It's not a retirement match as much as AJ Styles is going to retire. He's not going to get a retirement type of tour like John Cena did. But this is next week on Monday Night Raw as the main event on Netflix. What else we got? Let me see. There's so much going on in wrestling. There was something else I had to say about WWE. unless you want to remind me.
I thought you was going to talk about the women's champ. She got hurt.
Stephanie Vacar?
Yeah.
Well, she's injured, but not major.
Okay.
And that's why she had the boot on, and they took her out of action. She's going to take a week or two off. She'll be right back. She's not going to miss an extended period of time. It's not serious. I like Stephanie Vacar. I like the way she talks, and I like the way
she's good. She's
You know? But they're setting up now Royal Rumble 3 weeks away on a busy night of boxing, as we know that night. And that's WrestleMania season. And there is a lot of talk that John Cena will be officially the first announcement of being inducted into the 2026
Oh, wow. They're going to do it that soon.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, makes sense. He just retired and stuff.
Yeah.
And AEW. We got to talk about MJF. He's champion again. The rumors are that it's going to be Bandito next week from Phoenix with MJF for the title. Kenny Omega and MJF. That's coming down the line. John Moxley turned face. Well, basically, he's still a heel. But you see more of a face turn on him. And Mercedes Moné, losing titles. She had 13. I think she's down to 7.
Oh, my God.
Or 6.
Ridiculous.
And she's talking about this. The reason is because the talk is real. She'll lose them all because she is going to give it up. She's going to retire.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, to talk about that. So, interesting beginning of the new year for WWE. And of course, this Friday night on SmackDown, who do you like, Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre in Berlin, Germany, to end this feud finally?
I don't know. I think Cody's going to go over again. I don't see how Cody doesn't win. Not really interested. I mean, Cody. The Cody thing has kind of got dry, So I mean, McIntyre is a little bit dry too. They need a new feud or something.
Yeah, it's got to end Friday Night Live on SmackDown, which has gone 3 hours now, which I don't like. A little too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
But the NXT stars are being called up, and one of the reasons is a lot of them being called up fast. They need to, 3 hours of SmackDown now. They have to fill the time. Yep. And there's a lot of new ones. They're pretty good, but we got to get to know them better. If you don't watch NXT, you're not going to know much about them, but they're coming up there. Anything else with wrestling, Tom?
No, nothing at all. I was just reading some of the comments. My man Federico says Thomas is not impressed with AEW, and he is correct.
No, we know that. He doesn't tune in on Wednesday Night Dynamite, that's for sure, on TBS.
No, but I know Federico does.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like them a little bit, and then I don't. The storylines, as I say, are confusing. Sometimes it's too brutal. Tony Khan has given his defense of why they've gone, that they do 5-hour pay-per-views. He says that's not true because the pre-show adds up another hour or two of matches. It's not. He says it comes out to 3 hours. I don't believe any of that. Whereas WWE and Triple H and all of them are saying, they limit their PLEs to 5 matches or 4. And they say that's ample enough time to remember who wins the first match and the finale to end it, which makes sense. I heard that they both answered to that in the last day or two, Tony Khan and WWE. But either way, Tom, I don't blame you if you're not liking AEW. Not many do. Their ratings are abysmal.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
All right. How about we take one more final break, real quick,
okay.
Come back, do the nostalgia, and wrap it all up, okay?
You got it, bud. Let's see. Okay.
More comments before we go?
No, just the wrestling comments, Federico. Hold on. Let me just read it. He says, MJF and Kyle Fletcher are just getting ready for generational WWE runs. That would be great.
Yeah, I like Kyle. You know what? Kyle Fletcher was my wrestler of the year. The newcomer too, and he's phenomenal. And I wouldn't doubt down the line he ends up in WWE, at some point.
Here's a prediction. Federico says Triple H will be fired from booking and replaced by Brian Gewirtz in 2026.
That's very possible, but the talk about Triple H being dismissed, good point that comes up. There's a lot of talk about that, but I don't think he'll get fired. I just think they'll give it another year with him, with creative. It's not going away that quick unless ESPN says, because they're taking control along with Netflix, they want something different. And apparently both networks are happy, Netflix and ESPN, as to WWE programming and the TKO Endeavor and Venture. So let's see there where that goes. All right, I'm Tom. That's Tom. I'm not Tom. I'm Rich Mancuso. That's Tommy D, TD Sports Talk. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Keep it in the ring here on YouTube. Back in a moment. Nostalgia. We'll wrap it all up. Stay with us. One quick final break. Be right back.
You can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
All right, let's wrap this up. First with Nostalgia is the first show of the new year at Keep It in the Ring. Rich Mancuso, Tommy D, thanks for coming along for the ride. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. All channels also like the Keep It in the Ring page on Facebook. And Tom, let's first, before you put up the image, January 8th, 1992, Nostalgia Time, Iran Barkley from the Bronx, know him well, Hall of Famer, knocked out Darren Van Horn in New York City, Madison Square Garden. He won then the IBF Super Middleweight title. That happened January 8th, 1992. I'm glad to say Iran Barkley, health-wise, doing much better. He's around. He makes the circuits. I want him on this program. I'm going to try and get him soon. Here we go, January 8, 1930. Going back in time, Tony Canzoneri, the Shocker, knocked out Al Singer in the first round, Madison Square Garden, the old Garden, lightweight championship. Canzoneri became a two-division champ. 17,000 plus fans at the old Garden. He used the left hook to the chin. And Singer held that title for 5 months. Face forward, he went down. His head hit the mat, and they say when his head hit the mat, the crack, they say, echoed, and there was an eerie silence for 56 seconds in the Gold Garden. I haven't seen that fight on YouTube. I couldn't find any, neither could you, Tom, but they say that knockdown then, back in 1930, the Garden went silent for 56 seconds. That's how powerful Tony Canzoneri was.
Wow. And that was a rematch because I believe they fought twice. I think the first time was a draw. I think they fought to a draw the first time.
Yeah. And again, we go back, we do Nostalgia every week. We take a look at not too long ago and long ago. And here's the old Madison Square Garden. There's the referee. There's the two fighters, different attire. Darker, not as light, not many lights. That's when boxing really wasn't going to hit its stride. But you know, for a purist who was around at that time, you can appreciate what you saw then and what you're seeing now. Not to say that it's totally bad now, but back then, Tom, these were 15-round championship fights as well.
Yep.
You know. And, of course, the black and white imagery. And this one looks like it's in a little color, but they made the image we captured here was more of a, you know, we were able to lighten it up a bit. But
yeah, they probably just, edited it because there was no color in 1930. So,
but Canzoneri, that was a shocker. And that was, they say, the shock maybe of the year in 1930 in boxing on January 8, 1930 from Madison Square Garden. So more Nostalgia next week. And hopefully we'll have some videos as well on it. Sometimes it's hard to get the videos up because we're restricted.
Yeah, they don't let you play.
So and that's a part of social media today. You got to watch what you do, you know, what you put up, or we get fined. We get thrown off.
Yeah, they'll cut it out, or they'll just mute it out somehow.
What other comments have just come up?
No, I was just saying Federico's just saying great show, guys. So I was just
Thank you, Federico. Thanks for your support. And keep watching. We appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. All right, Tom, let's wrap this up. And, this came out late breaking news today. It looks like it's going to happen. Inoue, Japan, Nakatani, May 2nd, Tokyo Dome in Japan. Inoue, the undisputed, of course, 122-pound title holder. This is a fight that had been talked about. Both of them won their last fight late in December, the end of the year. And they've been talked they're going to do it. Now, supposedly, it's going to be set for May 2nd at the Tokyo Dome in Japan. That one, again, in Japan, perhaps it should be here, but it makes sense. They're both from Japan.
Yeah, I think
the Tokyo Dome will be packed May 2nd, part of Riyadh season as well.
Yeah, I think it should be over there. It's a big fight, especially for the fans of Japan that likes both of these fighters. Nakatani didn't look so good in his last fight. And listen, in a way, he looked okay. He didn't look invincible like he usually does. So, but it's still a major fight in boxing and just a big fight for Japan and their fans. I got a different outtake on Inoue. I'm going to go into make a video about it. Thank you, 903, for making me change my mind on some things. But, I really like Inoue. I still like him, but there's some things that got to be said. But
so many in boxing look at him as the pound-for-pound best.
Yeah.
Now with Terrence Crawford retired for now out of the picture of pound for pound, maybe it is in a way. Maybe it is him. We'll see. All right.
I don't know. I used to say that because of his activity and the guys, but those little guys, I don't know who's really good and who's not. So is he really getting tested? As
Because you don't see them as much as the bigger guys. That's why. And,
I appreciate him fighting and as often as he is, because that's my biggest beef with a lot of fighters now.
That's what boxing's got to.
So I do definitely appreciate that, but that shouldn't really determine him being a top powerful guy as far as skills. So there's something that's got to be spoken about.
See what happens on May 2nd. That hasn't been officially announced, but there's a talk that is definitely going to happen. All right. Let's a couple of notes to clean up here and wrap it up this week. Our first show of the new year. I like to eat. I don't eat as much as I did. That's why I've lost weight. You get older, you lose weight or you gain weight. I'm losing weight.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good, but I don't like losing a lot of weight. And I'm okay, according to my doctors. All right, Tom, you like this dish? Can you guess what this is?
Is that lasagna?
No.
No, I don't know.
That was lasagna. I wouldn't eat it.
No, you can't eat lasagna?
I love lasagna. But that's not lasagna. I wouldn't eat that. If that was lasagna, I wouldn't eat it.
It's not lasagna. What is it then?
Goulash.
Goulash. I never had goulash.
Well, that's like a dish from Hungary.
Okay.
That's where it originated from. And, I can tell you, the reason I put this up, it's one of my favorite dishes. But it's all, and I didn't cook it. I got it at my local place. But a lot of fighters eat that dish. It's healthy.
Goulash?
Yeah.
Goulash?
It's noodles and beef with a special sauce.
I never had it. Never.
Well, all right. You know what? I owe you dinner, so I'll take you on a Tuesday night, one coming up soon. You'll have a goulash dinner, and if you don't like it and don't want it, I'll eat it.
You got it. Goulash. Wow.
Goulash.
And fighters eat that.
Fighters eat it. A lot of fighters like that dish.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's news to me.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of
Is
fighters
that a type
like
of pasta? Would that be considered pasta?
It's not pasta. It's goulash.
Okay. It's not pasta. It's good. All right, You got it. I don't.
It's not lasagna either.
Okay. It's that but goulash. Okay.
Well, you want to be food reviewer now?
It looks like a pasta. I don't know.
Well, it's almost like a pasta, but it's not. You want to do food reviews?
No, I don't want to do food reviews.
Neither do I. But here's the advantage of that, and I did it once. You eat for free wherever you go.
That is true.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do it Saturday night after the fights.
Let's see. On Brooklyn, yeah. Let's see.
No,
hopefully they don't start the main event.
No, I know.
12:30 in the morning.
I know there's a, but I don't know. I don't know how that promotion's going to do. First time promoting here. I don't know. We'll see. In the meantime, I won't. I think we showed this already, but I'm going to do it again. An old Rich Mancuso with the beard and the mustache. And the reason I'm bringing this up, and put the other one up too. I think we showed this already, but I'm doing it again for those who missed it. What version do you like? The way I look now or like that again? That's what I want to know. I want fans to let me know because I've been thinking about it.
You got it looks like you have more hair over here,
Yeah.
and then you got the connected beard, and then over here the beard looks pretty connected also, but less hair.
Yeah, look, I'm appropriate for the boxing business in that photo.
I got it on a big screen here. My wife is looking at it now, comparing. So she's like, that's why you.
So what does she think? Do I go
She's
with
not
this or that?
Which one? This one or this?
Yeah.
I put the other one. It's a delay. So let's see what she says. Let's see what she says about this one. Which one? That one or this one?
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, she likes the one where you're smiling. So the other one, I guess this one you look too mean. So yeah, so she's the one you smiling, she likes better. So yeah, this is a better one where you got the award.
Yeah, that the Joe Louis Award, Writer of the Year, way back then.
Yeah.
That's the old Bronx Borough president, Fernando Ferrar.
That's who that is. Okay.
Yeah,
Fernando
yeah.
Ferrar, wow.
Yeah, but you know what? I just want to know from the fans who watch us, loyal fans every week, do you want Rich Mancuso with the beard and mustache look again, or do you want it the way you see it now?
Well, how can you get the hair back? You can't get the hair back.
No, not the hair, the beard. At least the mustache and the beard.
Yeah,
I'm never going to get my hair.
back.
I tried to put artificial hair on once, and I developed an egg on the top of my head.
You should grow the beard back. Definitely grow the
All
beard.
right. Well, that's your opinion. I want everybody's opinion.
A colorful beard.
What do the fans think? Grow the hair or not? Grow the beard.
Nobody's really saying anything, so I don't know.
No, I don't. We'll keep running that because I want to know.
Every week we're gonna have to.
People I ask, people tell me grow it back.
I'm going to do a poll for next week's show. Beard or no beard?
Well, how about on your shows? Where do they find you, Tom? You're everywhere. Where are you?
I am everywhere, and it's unfortunate. Today I was at the press conference. I kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Very, very frustrating. But hopefully make that up tomorrow at the weigh-in. I'll get some better content, and if I get opportunities to ask better questions, to ask questions, I'll ask better questions tomorrow.
I thought you did a great job, as you do always, every week here on the program with me, Rich Mancuso, Tommy D, TD Sports Talk, String Punk Entertainment. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Please do that. Yeah, Tommy, so where do they see you next?
Well, tomorrow night we're looking to go live. I don't know if I'm going to make it a football live or a boxing, or maybe do a little bit of both. But definitely, I forgot to get in contact with Steve Survey, so I wanted to talk a little bit about, the NFL playoffs this weekend. So tomorrow night, I just don't have a time yet. But yeah, and then you'll catch me Sundays with my guy who just showed up. This guy right here, that guy right there, Mr. Pedro Fernandez. You'll see.
Hello, Pedro.
You'll hear me Sunday at Keep It in the Ring. I mean, not Keep It. Oh my! You see, I'm messing up today.
Well, no, but
Ring Talk Worldwide.
Keep plugging. Keep it in the ring.
I'm messing up today, all day today.
No, you're not messing up. You're doing a great
Bad
job
day.
as always. You are my esteemed colleague, my producer, my co-host, and you're going to take the keys from Rich Mancuso more often this year as well. Okay?
You got it.
Especially baseball season, which will be here soon. Tommy D, thanks again. Social media handles, where did they get you?
Right here on YouTube, and then you can catch it on Instagram with my real name, Tom Dillamove. Not hard to find. There's not many Tom Dillamoves in the world.
Harder to pronounce.
Except me and my son, so.
Harder to pronounce.
It's harder to pronounce.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy D is much better to pronounce
Right.
than.
And you, Rich Mancuso, X, Ring786, Facebook.com, Rich Mancuso. Also on Instagram, content on LatinoSports.com. Great hour or more. First show of the new year. More to come. I want to thank you all for watching and putting up with us the last hour or so or more. More next week. We'll see if it's Thursday or Friday. Watch on social media. It's Keep It in the Ring with Rich Mancuso and Tommy D. Any final quick thoughts, Tom? Because I don't want you to go more, but go ahead.
I just want to remind people that today is January 8th. The cutoff should have been a few days ago, but being as our first live in the new year, this is the last time you can say Happy New Year. You can't say Happy New Year.
No.
Tomorrow,
Heavens
tonight,
no.
Or the 20th or the 21st. You can't say Happy New Year.
If
anymore.
someone says to me
It's
one
actually
more
over.
time, Happy New Year, I'm going to say, What's so happy about it? Have a horrible year.
There you go. There's no more Happy New Year's.
I know.
It's over with.
I think
it.
that's because it's tradition. People do it the first time they see you in the new year.
No, I don't
I've
think
had
it's
people, real quick, get off with this when you're bringing this up, because we're going on tangents right now. I've had, when I go back to baseball, like I'm back at the ballpark, late March or early April, you don't see these people. You know, so a lot of them go, Happy New Year, Rich. I said, that was a long time ago. That's
So
what I tell them.
in April, you're getting Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's no good. That's not
Yeah.
good. Not good. No
know.
more Happy New Years.
No. But this
Happy
has
New
been...
Year again next year in
Next year,
2027.
you got it.
That's it.
Thank you all for tuning in. Stay in touch. As always, God bless. Be well. Take care of each other. Till next week, I'm Rich Mancuso. That's Tommy D. And as always, Tom, what do we say?
Keep it in the ring.
Keep it in the ring, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.